Here at home, rain's knocking on the door. Meteorologist Cedric Haynes says it could be the wind, it could be flooding. Said we need to be ready for both of them. That's what it sounds like.
That's right, Calvin. And of course, the good news is if you're going to making lunch plans or if you're heading out over the next few hours or just talking scattered light rain showers, but that rain will pick up in intensity and coverage as we go throughout this afternoon and especially the evening hours. So let's start off with where we are right now with temperatures. Look at this, still mild despite the cloud cover out there. We've got these numbers in the mid 60s here in the valley areas, upper 50s and low 60s in the higher elevations. So it's fairly warm across the area. We also have the wind picking up already. We've got these winds coming in out of the south and east. Now, these are sustained winds up around 15 to 20 miles per hour now, but we're seeing some gusts starting to develop that's over 20 miles per hour. So keep that in mind, especially if you're out driving in those high profile vehicles. Now, as I just mentioned there with Calvin, again, we've got the clouds in place now. We have the mild temperatures. It's breezy outside. We're going to start to see some rain showers moving through, but these will be more scattered and fairly light across the area. And then as we get into the evening hours, that's when we're going to be expecting that potential of more heavy rainfall, maybe even some isolated rumbles of thunder embedded in that heavy rainfall along with some gusty winds. So let's get to the weather map. You can see the clouds are in place across the area. Here's that first little wave of shower activity. Again, a lot of this is beginning to kind of fall apart as it moves our way. So this is just kind of an appetizer to kind of wet the ground, so to say here. But the main action is developing down to the south and west. You can actually see where we have some thunderstorms beginning to break out, even some severe thunderstorms developing there over East Texas and Louisiana. So I'm not worried about the severe weather threat, but this is going to kind of scoop up this moisture and move our way. And that's why we're going to be looking at our next big thing being, yes, you guessed it, heavy rainfall potential over the next 24 hours. So with that being said, I do want to let you know we've got a flood watch that's in effect for this evening through Saturday night, and that covers everyone south of the Tennessee border. So as you get into northwest Georgia, the entire portions of northwest Georgia under that watch, and also our friends over in DeKalb County in northeast Alabama also under that flood watch as well. What does that mean? That just means we could see a lot of rain in a short period of time, and that could lead to some flash flooding and some ponding on the roadways and some water level rises from some of those creeks and streams. Hour by hour with Futurecast, again, showing us some of these scattered light showers turning into more steady and potentially heavy rainfall just in time for the afternoon commute. So give yourself a little extra time wherever you're heading this afternoon because likely going to be seeing more steadier rainfall moving in. It may taper off a little bit for the evening hours briefly, but then more heavier rainfall will build in from the south. Notice, though, there's a pretty sharp cutoff showing up here, especially once you get south of the city where the heavier rainfall will likely be tonight, and it'll be a little lighter to the north, but still I think everyone will be seeing periods of rain throughout the overnight hours, even into tomorrow morning. Again, notice the heaviest rainfall just to the south of the city, but still off and on rain chances. It will begin to taper off by midday tomorrow to just some scattered downpours, and then we start to dry things out as we get towards your Saturday evening. But again, rainfall totals looking like anywhere from a ½ inch across the far north to maybe 2 inches down towards the south. And again, that's enough with the saturated ground to lead to some potential flash flooding. Greatest threat being south of the I-20 corridor, but notice we do have an elevated threat across North Georgia. But I want to show you why the better chances to our south. While we could see 1 to 2 inches of rainfall here in the Tennessee Valley, areas south of Birmingham and Atlanta could see anywhere between 4 to 7 inches. There's going to be a zone of some very heavy rainfall and flooding will be likely. Quickly, I do want to show you the temperature swings. We're in the 60s today. As this system moves through tomorrow, we get in the 60s before the cool air starts to build in, and then the colder air arrives. Sunday morning, we're heading back down into the 30s, so a frosty start. Only in the 50s for highs late Sunday. And then notice by Monday morning, we could be looking at some freezing temperatures across parts of the Tennessee Valley. And of course, don't forget, Calvin, we also spring forward this weekend, Saturday night into Sunday morning. And as we wake up Sunday, we'll be back to winter. So we spring forward with the time, but winter like temperatures.